One night over, we'll be there and we'll see you. 10 true summers, we'll be there and laughing too. 24 before my love, you'll see I'll be there with you. Silhouette will charge the view of distant atmosphere. Cold at morning, driving through the sound and even in the valley. In and around the lake, mountains come out of the sky. They stand there. One mile over, we'll be there and we'll see you. Summers will be there and laughing too. 24 before my love, you'll see I'll be there with you.
Hello? The microphone should be on. If it is not, don't say anything. Something a little similar. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to pop my window out because I don't have another monitor or anything like that to check the stream, so it's Inception or whatever. What's up guys? Alright, are we getting a good balance of audio and voice? Yeah, that's just gonna keep going for forever. Good. So someone asked if there was a point to the stream. Not entirely, but I don't know. This is something I was working on, potentially for the Saxxys, potentially another project, another entry that I wanted to put in. And it is poker. It is poker themed, poker related. It's all about poker. Hence the Poker Night soundtrack. This is my favorite. And well, let's just go ahead and play it. You guys can hopefully see it. There's no audio in this, so don't worry about it. I've yet to add any sound effects. And that is where we stop. So we're getting a little oh dear, the stream seems to be glitching. So yeah, we're getting a little poker night in here. We're getting a little heavies game in here as well. could say it's a sequel to Heavy's game, but it's definitely going to be a lot shorter and more original. Which is the biggest critique Heavy's game got, was that it wasn't original. But anyway, so I was working on this, and I think it's going along very well. Of course, then I'm making this thing, so I'm biased. But I was talking to my brother about this, and I had asked him, you know, to kind of work through what was going on with what I had so far, and he was able to nail pretty much every detail except for one thing, and that was this last shot here. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but this right here, this shot that we just played, this is Heavy re-raising. And that part was not made entirely clear. So the rest of the story is the two Heavies. This Heavy, we call him Bluff. We call this guy Bluff Heavy, and then we call this guy Straight Heavy because I don't know, he's playing straight or something like that. I don't know. It's just gonna be a massive re-raise. So we have this Heavy bet, and then we have the other Heavy. It's like, what? Well, screw you too. I'm gonna re-raise, and then they just keep re-raising until they eventually just go all in. And I'm not gonna say anything else because that spoils it. But anyway, to bring that full circle, it was not made entirely clear that Heavy was re-raising. It was not made entirely clear that, it was not made entirely clear that Heavy was re-raising. And I got to thinking about that. I was like, well, why is it not really clear? And I was just thinking about ways that we could try and make it clear. So that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to start this stream, was because I thought, oh, that'd be an interesting thing to talk about, is to look at a potential, I wouldn't say like mistake, but a problem that I have in how to effectively communicate, the vision I had for this shot, and by extension the rest of the film. So that's primarily what we're going to be looking at, is just how I can make this re-raise more clear. And right quick, I'm going to have to pop a look at the stream here. I'm not getting into any of that. We could give one of them a Sam & Max hat. That'd be interesting. Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm not familiar with that. So I guess if I had a question to you guys, it would be, was it clear that the Heavy was kind of giving a re-raise? Because to me it was clear, but then again, I'm the director, so if it wasn't clear to you guys, that's fine. If it was clear, that's fine as well, but it wasn't 100% clear, so that's primarily what we're going to be looking at. And there are a couple ways that I think we can make this more clear. One of the things I see when we let the frame render out is that we have, I'm not sure if you guys can tell or not, but we have this, shoot. You guys can tell that the black blound gets blurry when we let it render out, because we have the focal distance set on the Heavy. But that also means that stuff in the foreground is blurry as well. For example, the stack of chips that he uses to re-raise. So that it's also not lit on the same level, like in terms of like actual lighting, not dank memes and hipster talk. I'm just not with it, guys. I'm sorry, but it's not on the same lighting level as the rest of the chips. It's kind of it's not real easy to see. I think it's a major problem. So we're going to be taking a look at seeing ways to some ways to make it more obvious that it is a re-raise. And I hope that this doesn't end up boring, because for me this is fun. Me working on cinematics and stuff like this and communicating effectively. This is fun. This is my life. So I don't know. If that ends up boring, we'll get into some other stuff, but that's kind of what I'm going to be looking at right now. So for now, I was thinking maybe we could just add another light. to the scene to highlight the poker chips. Ooh, that's a lot of bloom right there. But this one, there we go. Perfect. Done. Beautiful. We're done. I mean, that's that. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. So even something like that, even as something as simple as that, begins to kind of draw a little bit more attention. Let's roll with it. I mean, it's not going to stay. It's terribly imperfect, but just to kind of set an example of what I'm talking about. The other thing is that it's also kind of at a weird frame. Like, if we're going for like rule of thirds and stuff, which I'm not paying 100% attention to, it's kind of at an odd angle. It's off balance. It's taking up a very small portion of the screen. So there's another thing we could do, which would be like, I don't know, friggin' move the camera. So we'll just make another camera. Even something like that. Dang, this is the exact same problem that I was running into on Heavy's game. I was running into how to properly frame this massive behemoth of a dude with these little tiny game pieces. I'm running into that problem again. God, this is gonna be fun and suck to figure out. What up, Hex Bread? And what up the rest of you guys? I'm sorry if I didn't I'm sorry if I skipped down on a greeting. It's good to see you guys. I recognize some new people. I've never seen you before, but I recognize you. No. I recognize some old names. I don't recognize some of you guys. So if you're new or if you just changed your name, welcome. I'm sorry I forgot your original name. And if not, if you're a regular, welcome back. Glad to see you guys. Hope you guys are doing well, by the way. You guys looking forward to the Saxxys? Because I really am. I'm pumped for the Saxxys, guys. And not just because I'm entering. I'm always looking forward to the Saxxys. I love the Saxxys. Dang, these poker chips are bloke, too. These cards is bloke. I think maybe if I get tired of this, we'll just actually go and play some poker night. I have both of them. That's another question I would ask. Do you guys like Poker Night 1 or 2? I did see you. You were there in that Q&A. Fiddlesticks there. And yes, Alpha, you are still the stop pocket meter locker. Oh, no. None of that, man. None of that. Come on. 1's my favorite. I freaking love 1, man. If not just because I know, if not because I know more of the characters, because I just love the soundtrack, man. Just that trio, just that guitar player, that drummer, that bass player, man, it sets the mood, and it's just, I just love it. Whereas with 2, there's just a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more to 2, and it's just kind of, I don't know. 1 is nice and simple. 2 is big and impressive, and why the hell won't these chips work, man? They only get lit at one angle. Frick. And then sometimes they just disappear. Screw this, man. I have no idea what I'm going to do to fix this. Actually, I have a thought. Let's try something. Because this is a problem that I've actually had before. Where is... There it is, okay. So I'm going to try and keep the root transform more visible. Because that's the biggest problem we're dealing with right now. is that these chips, for whatever reason, are just disappearing. Like, you can even see in the background there, those chips are disappearing. Something's wrong with their models. Or friggin' whatever. Fudge! Dang, son of a... Well, what the Screw it, whatever. There! I mean, that right there is... That looks a little better. They're more visible. And they got a nice gleam, and they got a nice shine on them, too. That looks alright. Let me pop in and see what you guys have been saying. Oh, man, I freaking love eggnog. One is clearly a superior game. Kiss ass. Whatever. Do you have double my... I don't. I was going to try and use my phone to look at y'all's comment section, but my phone's not letting me. It's not auto-updating y'all's comments. So that sucks. But, have you shown a full run-through yet? Of the film? Yeah, I did. It's pretty short, so we can do it again. There's no audio, so don't worry if you can't hear anything. I'm really happy with the lighting, too. I love lighting. And that's where we stop. So where we end is Heavy. Heavy pulls out a re-raise, and then it just keeps escalating from there. They just keep re-raising and re-raising. Depending on how much time we have left, we can look at more of that. But right now, the main focus for those who joined in later, I don't know, forgot or whatever, is to make this last shot a little bit more clear, because it's not 100% clear that he's re-raising. So we're looking at different ways we can make it clear that he's re-raising. One is just highlighting this group of chips, just kind of drawing more attention to them. So let's see what we can do camera-wise. I like where the focus is. Maybe what we could do is drop down some of the aperture quite a bit. Screw it. Let's go the full 9 yards. And just bring the focus in a little more. Because Heavy's going to be predominant in the scene no matter what. So, turn off lighting. That didn't help at all. Turning off the lighting did not help in the slightest. And it doesn't help to even just play it through. I think one of the biggest deals is that there's this pile of chips behind it. A different hand movement. Like, how do you mean? Like, what kind of a different... And as for the streams, don't worry about messing them up. I've only probably done about... This is like the third I've ever done. So... Like a shove with open palm. Okay, yeah, that's feasible. That's not even that big of a change. Let's go ahead and try that. Sorry, this is too loud. It's loud for me. Just... We could move the camera angle, but I kind of want to save that for when we get a little more dramatic, because the way the rest of the film is going to go out is they're just going to keep re-raising each other until we eventually just go all in. I don't want to say anything past that because that kind of gets to the meat of the story. So don't want to spoil the whole. You want to spoil the whole thing, eh? But yeah, let's try the. It's a good thing I made a copy. One thing for me is that I always make a copy whenever I need to modify an animation, just because I'm... There we go. The two-handed, two-fisted, double-crossing poker player. Don't want to F with him. Okay. Alright, hold on. Okay. This is a very stupid song, which is why I'm playing it. I mean, it's not like stupid, it just kind of sounds... It's very... It has a potential for... It's such comedic potential, and it sounds very cheeseball, which is why I like it. I like that kind of stuff. As a consequence, I'm a huge Weird Al Yankovic fan. You know what? This is going to take forever, so let me try something else. Okay. Hold on to your pants, folks. We're going to the motion editor. It's going to get crazy. Offset so that we keep the same motion. Because we still want the same motion, we just need the position of the hand to change. There we go, beautiful. I mean, you know, it's a little rough, but... What do you guys think? Yeah, it's a little rough, but I mean, yeah, that looks good. And do you guys, I don't know, do you guys think that's a little more clear in terms of like delivering his intentions? Let's find out. Okay, cool. Fine. You know what? Jeez. Played the song Earth, Wind, and Fire. There's the artist. Wait, I think I've heard of these guys. What, just the artist or what? Oh, good grief. I shouldn't have brought up the copyrighted music. Should have just played my own music. Okay, so we like the new animation. It's a little more clear. Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's a little more clear, and I think it draws attention to the chips better. Let's just kind of run a bit of a dry run right here. So let's turn this guy off. Let's turn on his counterpart. Yeah. I like it. And we can clean that up, but I'm not real interested in doing that right now. Let's see if we can progress the story a little bit. No, let's see what else we can do here. Just for grins and giggles. Just for fun. So this camera angle, there's a little bit of a problem because it's just... One of you guys mentioned like a down the front, down the center kind of like eagle eye kind of thing. Let's try that. Just for the hells of it. Ah, that's even worse. Oh, yeah, baby. There we go. Michael Bay. Oh, wait. Crap. There we go, baby. This is the kind of stuff that Michael Bay would do. And in slow motion, too. I mean, like, check this. She's just, like, exaggerated sound effects for his fist hitting the... Boom. Yeah. We're gonna keep that, just because that's awesome. Baycam. You gotta like Michael Bay, even if you totally hate him like I do. I don't hate him, he's just a very annoying filmmaker. His style annoys me. Alright, so let's do it a little more straight. That's like blatant. I mean, that's better, but that's because it's like in your face. I don't really want it to be like in your face just yet, because I want to. That's the other thing, is I want to kind of save the dramatical. Jeez. The more dramatic camera angles for when we start really escalating into the raise re-raise. So maybe we just kind of leave it as is, and then we just keep progressing the story. Maybe we change, because the other thing is there's the consistency. Like this camera right here for this shot is the same as it is over here in the other shot. In fact, there's nothing that's really changed between the two if we just kind of look at them, except there's a beer bottle. I forgot to turn that off. Actually, a little bit changed. Alright, let's see what you guys have to say. Put a little explosion in the background. I might have to just make them. Alright. We're gonna need like a really tiny explosion. I don't know where I'm gonna find something like that. We're gonna need like a fart particle. Excuse me, a farticle. Particles, man, those are my other favorite things. Dope. I do like that angle. We may have to just... We may end up using that at some point here, other than just random silliness. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is good stuff. 10 out of 10. Heck yes. I dig it. That was a fun distraction. There is a delay, and yeah, that's annoying, but it is a necessity. Boom. It is a necessity. Alright. We'll work on the camera angle later. Let's try and get the story progressing again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and re-borrow the camera angle, the camera animation I got over here. Just borrow this. Well, that didn't work. Well, that didn't work how I expected. There we go. Okay. Need to copy paste this. Oh boy. Well, that's not creepy as hell. Let's get his animation back. Let's just playhead him. Because we're at the point to where we're not going to have them doing their intro animations anymore. Like that. Or like that and that. We've established that they're the same person, so we're just going to have them. We're just going to switch camera angles. So I'm a stickler for perfection, so we're going to go ahead and blade that. And turn on these lights. Too many shadow lights! Stop all the download. Write an essay. Lame. That's the sole reason why I didn't go to college. I didn't want to write essays. Re-raise. 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 And actually, I don't think I want that to take more than an actual legitimate second. I want that to be pretty quick. I might take a break here and do something else. This is very profoundly interesting. We've kind of already solved the main problem. I don't know, maybe I'll show you guys another project I wanted to make, but ended up not making. Shoot. Screw this, man. Let's get some music on. Whatever it is, I don't care. Nah. Let's really get the copyrighted stuff going. Re-raise. There's a reason I don't like to block out. What's up, guys? There's a reason that I don't like to block out my films, and it's because it's boring as hell. I would rather spend an entire day perfecting the very first scene of a film than spend even just a couple hours out of that day blocking out the entire thing. I hate blocking. That's essentially what I'm doing right now. What's up? Gunter. Now what's up the rest of you guys? Hope you guys are doing alright. Had a good day. I know it's a little late. Kind of split second. I haven't had a chance to put out a formal announcement for the stream. It's been a while since I've done one. And it seemed like everybody got the message regardless. I don't know, does YouTube send something out now? Do they send out like messages, or... Because I know sometimes I'll get emails. Like, oh, a game theory stream. Pull up something that some of you guys have seen before. And by that I mean you've seen like 2 seconds of it. That song is Lord of the Rings, which you probably can see through the Spotify. We're losing viewers. No, whatever. I think the most we've ever gotten is 14 viewers, which is fine. It's fine. This is fine. So I had to mute the audio from Spotify because this one actually does have some audio in it. Let me pull it up. If it'll load. There we go. I'm gonna have to scrub through it, let it load. Just let that image just sink into your head. Okay. Hopefully it won't crash on me, because there's one scene that's pretty intense. It glitched out. Sorry. Jeez. That was very intense. That last this scene right here, immensely intense. So intense that we're just gonna play So this was before I started the poker night video. And I don't know, I just decided to stop working on it. But yeah, I was gonna go to that tune of that classical music, the French can or whatever. It's Spy versus NG, Spy sapping all NG stuff, and Engineer going and desapping it. I just kind of got bored with it, but I thought I would show you guys. This is from that video that I uploaded a little bit ago with the preview with all the spies getting jumbled together in a massive clash of broken physics. That's actually what this is from. And that's the main reason why this particular shot is so intense, because there's just so many scripts running at the same time. So we have about 16 spies that are all hooked up to the rig physics, or that are all hooked up to a physics script, as well as a cloaking script, and they all have to go off within 4 frames of each other. So 4 frames hits, boom, a spy goes down, and then 4 frames later, another one. So it's a really intense scene. But yeah, that's just something I thought I'd throw together to break up the monotony of stuff. What else could I show you guys? Death First V3. Wonder if I'll ever get back to that. Could do some animating in this. I just got real tired all of a sudden. Real tired. So this, what I have here is something that hopefully you guys will be seeing. No, scratch that. That you guys will be seeing. This is the main Saxxy that I will be entering. Above anything else, this is the one that I will be entering. So, unfortunately, the animation is not absolutely perfect on this guy here. I mean, it's decent enough, but there's some brushing up I could do here. Probably like that collarbone right there. That's a pretty janky collarbone move. Right about there. Oh. Right quick question. Show of hands. Who here can tell me what character that is? Who here can tell me who that is? And I don't care if the answer's obvious. I want to know. Why would I say your name? Stream breaking up. Stream is offline. No. Did we? Ha! My bad. Sorry. I'd accidentally gone back a bit, and the live button wasn't there, so I was very confused. Very confused. Jeez. It's like I'm doing promotion for Total Biscuits. Yeah, alright. That's the medic. Everybody got it. Nah, it's alright. It's all good. It's all good. Pringle Boyo. I don't know. What do you guys think? Critique this animation. Any improvements? Because part of me is just like part of me is just in a frame of thought that I just really don't give a crap right now. Looks good enough for me, man. I will grant you that it's like really quick, but it kind of really can't be helped. And it was a lot worse. Well, that's the rest of it, by the way. This is the end of the. This is the end of the film. So, not giving a whole lot away. There's still more to be seen. He could hesitate before he goes out. The problem is we don't really have a whole lot of time. I muted the audio here, but we do have a soundtrack, and it is kind of synced up to. Screw it. Let me just show you. Like right there when we hit that like last guitar strum. that we cut to this shot where we show what he's blinded by, what he's looking at, and it's unfortunately just kind of like, in order for me to like add more to this animation would mean I would have to keep extending this clip and rework a whole lot of things. So there's I don't know if that's called like the butterfly. Yeah, it unfortunately would have a massive butterfly effect to kind of do any more in terms of like extending, adding additional movements and gestures and emotions and stuff. So can't really do a whole lot with that. But yeah, the other thing is that he's like, yeah, never mind. Hopefully it all makes sense when the actual film comes out. So I don't know, I think that's pretty good. It is fast, but I don't know what to do about that. It'll be fine. Oh, and I don't know, like, because this is like the third stream that I've done ever in the history of forever, and the last one I did was like back in, I can't even remember, like February or something like that. So I don't know if I'm gonna get the chance to do more streaming, but I do have a Discord server up, so you guys can go check that out. It auto starts whenever I start up my computer, so I'm kind of, in a sense, I'll kind of always be there. So, got my own server. There's a few people there. You're more than welcome to just pop in if you'd like. Just talk. Or not talk. Whichever the occasion calls for. You know what? I'm tired of working, but this puts me in the mood for some poker. So let's I think we should play some poker. I guess you guys want to play some poker. Wait a minute. There we go. What mic do you use? I use a Snowball, a blue Snowball microphone. It's called a Snowball because it does look like a snowball. So you just Google that, blue Snowball. That's the mic I use. It's not bad. It costs about $60. It's pretty decent quality. It's pretty big. Well, that isn't working. I may have just broken my computer. Well, it's a good thing you guys can't see this because I just broke my computer. Well, I think now is as good a time as any to end the stream, guys. Unfortunately, that's kind of all I have for tonight. I thought it might be a little bit more than that, but I think that's a good place to stop, especially since I may have to end up restarting my computer here, because, well, I don't know if I can change it, but I don't know if you guys can see the change or whatever, but it's a white screen. You guys aren't missing much, so, shoot, it may have even stopped streaming for all I know. That's what I get for trying to play poker. Wait. Jeez. Frick, man. That scared me. That was stupid. That took forever to load. You guys able to see it? Cool. Well, we can play a hand or two, or shut it down. It sounds like some of you guys had to leave anyway, so I may play a hand.
Tonight's stakes will be $10,000.
And ladies, I guess, if there are any ladies. If there are any ladies,
I'm out.
I do appreciate you guys hanging out.
Oh, I'm calling. He's free.
This is something I'd like to try and do at least a little more regularly. I don't know. Maybe. Something like that.
Alright, I check. Oh, I bet.
Should probably do something like link to the Discord server or something like that, shouldn't I?
I'm gonna fold.
We'll call him.
I'll fold. I bet.
Try and scare him.
I am all in.
Crap.
It won't kill you to call.
You're right, I won't. It's virtual money.
Order shot.
Throw down, pal. Dang it! Ah.
Very good.
The player has 2 pair. The heavy has 2 pair.
Who
The heavy
knows?
wins the hand.
Ho ho ho! You thought you could beat me. This is cute.
It was
The
cute.
player has been eliminated from play.
Remember when this was a full table? Full of possibilities, packed to the brim with potential friendships and felonies.
That is another thing I missed from poker night. Is the ability to
Tonight's
skip.
stakes will be $10,000.
Sounds like something like that. Yeah. Well, y'all, I think that's gonna do it for the stream. Sorry if it wasn't much, but I hope you guys, I don't know, enjoyed it or were educated or at least found it distracting from your homework, because it's the middle of the freaking week and school is still going. So, regardless, hope you guys enjoyed, and dude, you showed up late, alright? Anyway, appreciate you guys dropping in, stopping by, and hope you guys will next time if I do this kind of thing. And of course, I will see you guys
It's boring times like these that I like to kick back and ponder the intricacies of existence. Like,
Shut up.
what? I don't even use...
Shut up, I'm talking. And of course, I will see you guys for the Saxxys, which I'm looking forward to. So, thank you guys very much.